It's the classic question, isn't it, in journalism? What keeps you awake at night? What are you worried about? So what gets you up in the morning, Alex? Technologist, inventor. As I was doing my research for this, I thought, actually, who is Alex Kipman? So, who is Alex Kipman?
I'm a technologist, an inventor who's been in love with technology since he was a child. I never knew people would pay me for it, but I knew it was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I've been very fortunate and I'm extremely grateful people have paid me for it. I have spent my entire adult life dedicating myself to this art form. I spent, 25 or so years on the West Coast, most of them working at Microsoft, where about 7 years into that career, I started to some extent the same journey I'm in today, which is a journey of real-time sensor AI or physical AI for the purposes of making technology disappear and make the future be about humans and creating the future human platform.
Well, let's talk about that, because I want you just to explain what analog AI is, what the vision is, and how you are implementing that vision. You've moved here to Abu Dhabi. So in the first instance, why? Why set up analog AI here? And what's it all about?
So Analog is an AI company, but unlike other AI companies that deal primarily with, pre-trained digital data, whose purpose is usually to get to some insight on the internet, Analog is an AI company that deals with real-time sensor data, whose purpose is to understand the physical essence of, as the name of the company suggests, analog world. What does it mean to understand the physical essence of our analog world? It means that it's a quest to understand 4 things: people, places, things, and creatures. And if you think about it with those simple 4 constructs, you can explain the entire world that you and I live in.
So what does that mean in real terms? What does that mean as far as implementation is concerned?
So we have 3 different, products we're creating. Analog is a product company, and one of our products is around putting sensors on environments and taking advantage of sensors that exist in our environment. What does that mean? That means smart city fabric. That means digital twins. That means IoT. Think about a living, breathing city that now can have a digital twin of itself, where you can start seeing real-time information for everything that's going on. Now imagine that command and control center existing with all the different entities of the government being able to operate in real time on a living, breathing city. That's what we get to do here. Imagine, when the sensors aren't on the environment. Imagine when the sensors are on the moving objects, on the things. That's where you get self-driving cars. That's where you get drones. That's where you get robots.
The tagline on your company is Analog AI, Humanity Amplified. And you say this is about putting the human at the center of the technology story. How unique is that? What is it that you are doing which is very new and very, very different?
Look, from our perspective, the mission of the company or the purpose of the company is to create a future without limits. We are proud sponsors, for example, of Team Emirates and Team ADQ cycling, where for the last year, we've been using sensors before and after the races to take all of this objective data from sensors, couple it with subjective data from the athletes, from the doctors, to essentially run through it and create an AI coach that they're using as, they're the elite teams in cycling in the world today to become, even better than they already were.
And how is that working?
It's incredible. It's amazing. I mean, anytime you get the opportunity to work with people that are absolutely top of their game, it's inspiring, right? Both Team Emirates and Team ADQ are a set of inspiring and inspired individuals. And when you take that level of insight in sports with our expertise sensors, real-time sensor data with AI, and you put the two together, magic happens.
So let me ask you this. Governance, privacy, ethics, three huge issues that we think people like you are thinking a lot about. First question is, are you? Please.
100%.
Okay,
we live
good.
it and we breathe it. Otherwise, this all breaks down, right?
But how much work is done on those three very pressing issues, which are things that when I talk about AI and new technology, technological trends with my friends, these issues come up again and again and again. And there doesn't seem to be a complete confidence that people like you are thinking about this. So tell me, go on, convince me. I'm not suggesting that you're not. I'm just saying.
No, by all means. I think this is a very relevant, question and conversation, and one that, as a industry, we need to continue to push. Trust, which is, I think, what you're getting at, is something that you earn in drops and you lose in buckets. And we collectively, as an industry, get to earn drop at a time. And all it takes is any one of us to lose the bucket for the rest of us, right? So security, privacy, ethics, they're not something that you think at a company level should differentiate you. It's something that you should take as bare minimum for us as an industry to have permission to operate.
You moved here, 18 months ago. You bought the family. You got a 14-year-old who is at school here, and you told me she's into robotics. Why does that not surprise me in the least? What does Abu Dhabi look like to your daughter 15 years from now?
That's a great question. I don't know. I hope she would say a city that feels like home. I hope that she would say a city from the future. And I hope she's as excited as I am to see us, build together. I go back to, if you're thinking about what will Abu Dhabi look like 15 years from now, I look as the past as the best indicator of future. Imagine what Abu Dhabi was 15 years ago, which is knowable. And look at the amount of progress that happened since, and prorate that forward, because it's not slowing down, it's speeding up. So I hope ultimately she finds it like an exciting home that she wants to move back into after wherever she goes for college.
Give me three prospects, as it were, for our intelligent future. Three ideas.
Robots. Walking around our cities.
Hi, I'm Erica.
Giving us better hospitality, being our tour guides in any language, taking us around, helping us find places, being helpful if they need to be helpful at, getting us the help that we need. That would be one. I think better, more connected cities. In terms of, again, a living, breathing city that allows for municipalities, the private sector, the federal government to come better together with knowledge to be able to work together to give better services to their people. And then third, I think better maintenance for the humans in the process, also known as moving away from, call it healthcare, into what the world is moving into now, which is preventive care, but really talking about moving into longevity. I think the more we can be aided by sensors like this ring, but more of them that observe our daily lives, the more we can start adjusting with AI to essentially live longer lives with longer spans of that life of full consciousness.
Good stuff. Well, thank you.
I appreciate it.
Enjoy
Thank you.
speaking to you.
Thank you.